Now, when I say Resident Evil Resistance is broken, I do have to acknowledge, as a game itself, it is not broken, but as a multiplayer game, it is horrifically broken. Now, I've played around about 20 odd matches, most of the time playing the Mastermind, sometimes playing the Survivor, and there's a key reason for that. The Mastermind is a very fun game mode. If, for example, I was going up against NPCs, it'd be brilliant and I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. But it has some serious problems, and the simple fact why I like to play as the Mastermind more is that I always win. I've not lost a single match as a Mastermind, and I've lost several as a Survivor, and let's just say that it's not because I'm just very talented at the Mastermind, it's because the game doesn't know what to do with itself. Let's go straight into some footage. So this is a character select screen. I choose January because they're a goth, I'm a goth, woohoo, we can all be a happy family. And currently for the beta there are 4 different playable characters, as you can see there. I always pick her, I don't know why, I like her hacking skills, and I'm pretty sure that's the main reason why. So the problem with this game is, yes, it isn't a beta, so I won't be mentioning some of the lag issues I've been having apart from now, where they are pretty damn bad at times and do need to be fixed, especially when it comes to melee builds. If you hit someone with something, it can take about 5 seconds for them to actually respond. By that time, you've lost about 20 seconds because the game mechanics, when it comes to the timer, is really damn bad. Really bad. There's no other way to say it. The timer mechanic does not work for this game. So, yes, this is unscripted and unedited, so I can get it out quickly. It's another one of my weird little rant videos. And, this game, I really do want to love it. I'm not one of the people who kept slagging off a multiplayer Resident Evil. In fact, one of my favourite Resident Evils is controversially Resident Evil 5. I just think it's a good game. I don't mind the AI partner you have, and it's a truly awesome game, possibly the best one if you play it in co-op, because it's that much fun. So I don't have a problem with Resident Evil going co-op. In fact, I've kind of been looking forward to this more than Resident Evil 3. So, start off the game with a 5-minute timer, and the timer ruins the entire experience, as you'll see throughout this gameplay footage. Go to the locker, usual Resident Evil thing, there's an item box. So here we are following me. Ooh, look at me go. And already someone's been caught in a trap. That is literally a moment after we've walked outside, he's already been caught in a trap. Now you can help people out of traps like I just did, tapping A multiple times next to them, even if you're not involved, it can help them get out. But, oh, that's an ability. So, following here, another trap on the floor. Skip a little bit because nothing really happened there, but this part is what I wanted people to see. So they're possessed by the Mastermind, it's a good little thing, but they're bullet sponges to hell. We fired about 5 shots between us, and that was about already knocking her down once. I'm going to use my hack ability here. Hey. So for this little section, we've got to find a certain item for the intro bit, and oh, here we go. Mastermind just wrecks you, knocks off a second every time he hits you, which do add up when those things are bullet sponges. See, another few seconds gone, because we started off this 5 minutes, we'd only been playing around about 30 seconds, and look at how much time we've already lost. So yeah, you have to find 3 different items in this area. It's either for the little Mr. Raccoon for Raccoon City's mascot, and look, we're down to now 2 minutes 30, only been playing a minute. And yeah, it's either the mascot, that little trophy thing over there, or you have to find 3 different continents on a map. I've played it quite a bit by this point. Look at how much time we've just lost there because of a turret. Look at how much that's going down. We've lost around about 30 seconds to a minute just from one guy who's pretty good with a turret. Like, that's a lot. Yes, we do gain it if we kill enemies, mostly when they're possessed, but that's a lot of time to quickly lose. And oh look, another trap, which, according to my partner, he spawned as I walked into it, which is so much fun and very irritating. Look, he's possessed again. Look at how many bullets he's taking and how many times we're hitting him. Yeah, there's no avoid mechanic on this one like in 2 and 3's remakes. He's still not dead, there we go. With 2 and 3's remakes, this time you've it locks you in an animation for around about 2 seconds, and if one of your companions is able to save you, then it doesn't do an attack, but it's got to be a strong bit of damage. Skip a little bit there. Otherwise, it's just not very necessary. So I found another thing. This is the second area where now you've got to kill a zombie security guard. Once again, rule of 3 when it comes to any kind of video. See how he spawned that as I walked past it? I could have walked into that and wouldn't have known, and it would have gone off. It has done multiple times, even though it's not supposed to. It's meant to take 2 seconds for it to actually be able to activate. See, Zombie Dog just clipped towards me despite the fact he was literally against the wall, and I wasn't even close to there. Instantly attacks me. It's very buggy. Like, not mentioning the server lag, of course, because it's a beta, but when it comes to actual lags that's not to do with the server, it's very jumpy. Animations don't seem to be working the way they should. Locked door, you gotta bash into it, which is when the melee characters come into play. There we go. So this security guard here, gotta shoot him. And look at how many times I shoot this zombie in the head with the most powerful gun in the game. That's 2. 3. These enemies are so bullet spongy, and when they take off so much timer, like with the timer itself, when they hit you, it really gets in the way. Oh, look, there's a Mr. X there. Just going to do a little run around, because the mechanics in this game are very broken. So, every single mastermind, currently there's only 1 available and only 4 playable characters, because it is a beta. They can bring in a different kind of BOW. This one, I think he's called David or Daniel or something. He has Mr. X, because no one was fully associated with that character in any of the Resident Evil lore. I think... Oh, right. So Mr. X can grab you and do an instant kill move. I've tried this, where someone else can grab and I shoot them in the head with the Desert Eagle. It doesn't do anything. And look at how much time we've lost there. 15 seconds because I got downed when he grabbed me, and then another 30 seconds lost because I died. So with that one thing, if you've got 5 minutes left, you've practically lost an entire minute from just that alone. And that's a lot of time. Just got grabbed even though the animation hadn't started like it does in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3's demo, which is really damn irritating. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So the Masterminds all have a different kind of thing. Annette Birkin has William Birkin, which is the guy with a giant eyeball. Spencer has some weird plant thing, if I remember correctly, probably a reference to Resident Evil 5 and the plants in that. And I can't remember what Alex Wesker has, but... yeah, flash thing. So, yeah, the Masterminds all have cool little abilities, and all the people have their own kinds of things. See, halfway through healing him, got knocked away, died instantly. I'm pretty sure he was out of health anyway, but it's still just a little bit annoying, and it really can take away, and it makes it a bit more broken. But look at how much time we're down to. The fact that the timer's there is what the biggest hindrance is with this game. Because if you get an enemy like that, that's 15 health, that's 15 timer thingy, whatever the fuck it's called, knocked off. Another 15 because I got downed. From one bite, we've lost 30 seconds. That's how much this game can really fuck up. And he's already taken over another zombie as the mastermind. If we've got red eyes, it's normally because their mastermind ended. However the fuck you say it. And yes, we do get time back, but it knocks off so much more than you can ever get back. It's one of the biggest problems, and she's picked up the key card because I died after I grabbed it. But here's the biggest problem. Your companions are other players. Obviously, it's an eccentric horror game. But she's fucking stupid. She's just run around for about a minute and a half not knowing what to do. She needs to go unlock the final security device. But because she's not done it before, she's basically failed this game for us. Because if you don't get to the final area of at least 2 minutes remaining, because it gives you 2 minutes every time you leave an area, you're practically finished. You can't do it unless you're the fastest players ever. Luckily, I am. But away from that for a moment, look, she doesn't know what to do, and the AI would have been so much better, in my opinion, to play like a single player kind of mode, which is possible. Like Capcom have got AI companions throughout the Resident Evil franchise. This is easily possible. But because of the fact that she's a player and doesn't know what to do, we've practically lost so much time that we could have had if not for her. And it's the biggest problem is the fact that you play with other people, which is not when you see another bomb planted straight where she needed to stand, even though she was already halfway through an animation. Yeah, so it relies way too much on players wanting to help other players, and that doesn't happen. I don't get why big companies don't seem to understand that when it comes to these kind of games, only about half the player base actually cares about helping other players. And normally it's not too much of a problem with stuff like Friday the 13th, the video game, Dead by Daylight, hell, even stuff like White Noise, if we're talking about, like, in my opinion, the big asymmetric horror games. Just gone through the door, couldn't be out showing you that part. But with this one, it relies completely on it. If one of your teammates dies, you will not win. Like, if someone leaves the game, or if they just die in general, you will not win. It's as simple as that. That's how much this game relies on the partner program. Now we have to finish this entire area after setting up equipment, etc., because you're going to need a lot for this final bit, because the bullet sponging gets ridiculous at this point. We've lost and are down to around about 2 minutes after all four of us exit this area. It just doesn't work. So much about this game just doesn't work, and look how slow the shooting mechanics are. By the way, that's 2 shots to the head, 1 shot to the body. 3 shots to the head and 1 shot to the body is what it takes to take out a fucking licker. Once again, dog didn't start the animation for jumping, just already on top of me. That's how much it takes, and look at how time quickly gets taken away every single time you get hit. It just doesn't work. The timing mechanic does not work for the game. It's meant to make it fast-paced, and I do understand that, and I think it's a good idea in concept, but in execution, it's not working out. Also, about to do a really good shot here, so just thought I'd show. Hold on. Go boom. Sorry, I play a hell of a lot of Resident Evil, can you tell? But, yeah, the game at this moment in time, if this is what... Because we're so close to release, they can't get rid of a time mechanic by this point. It really damages the game, and it's practically impossible at times. If you've not got the perfect team who've also played around about 10 matches of it, you're going to lose. There's no other way of saying it. You're going to lose because people are going to wander off, not follow where you are, not go to the objectives because they're too stupid to actually go to them in the first place, and you'll lose. And yes, I am sounding bitter, I am sounding angry, but that's because I am bitter and angry. I've waited quite a while since the original announcement of Resident Evil Project Resistance, or just Project Resistance as it was originally shown. I've waited since then, and I thought it looked awesome back then, but even at that moment, the time mechanic was something I didn't feel comfortable with. There's a reason, in my opinion, no other, like, isometric or asymmetric, however you pronounce it, horror games have done it with an official timer. I know Friday the 13th and Dead by Daylight have hidden timers up to 20 minutes of Friday, and I'm not sure what Dead by Daylight is because I didn't really like that game too much. But there's a reason why it's never been the main focus of the game, and that's because, once again, 31 seconds knocked off then. So I'm guessing, yeah, someone died as someone got hit. That's how quickly this game can go from, oh, we're easily going to make it, to, no, it's just done now, the game is done. And this can also be a problem, in my opinion, even if you're playing as a mastermind, because sometimes you can have a really fun game, set out a bunch of stuff really correctly to try and slow them down, but because one player's not very good at it, and they died, you've now just finished the game. That's it. Look at how much the timer's gone down just for the simple fact that they had a turret attack. And that's how bullshit this is. And look, there we go, I'm down, timer's ran out, and yeah, I'm just not going to show the rest, because we fail. We completely fail. Literally just because 2 people who aren't the best at the game have lost. And the biggest problem with that, in my opinion, is it brings in the mentality of get good, which is not a good mentality for me. I don't like having a go at someone for not understanding the game, because at the start of it, none of us understood the game, but with stuff like that, it can push you off wanting to play it. But yeah, Resistance doesn't work. I think it'd be much better if instead of a timer system to end the games, they had like a free death system. Like if you die 3 times, like stuff with Left 4 Dead, you come back the first time, perfectly fine, but if you come back the second time, you're on your last life, so you have 3 lives altogether. That's probably the best way they could do it. I will say I am looking forward still to the final release of new maps, characters, etc. But at this moment in time, it needs some more polish. There's tons of bugs I've not even gone into because there's so damn many of them, but it is a beta and I'll give them that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.